If you love chilling mysteries, unsolved cases, and a touch of mom-style humor, Moms and Mysteries is the podcast you've been searching for. Hey guys, I'm Mandy.
And I'm Melissa. Join us every Tuesday for Moms and Mysteries, your gateway to gripping, well-researched true crime stories. Each week, we deep dive into a variety of mind-boggling cases as we shed light on everything from heists to whodunits. We're your go-to podcast for mysteries with a motherly touch. Subscribe now to Moms and Mysteries wherever you get your podcasts.
Totally Useless Information with Nick and Roy is brought to you in part by Tom's Place, the finest in men's fashion, located in Toronto at 190 Baldwin Street, in the heart of Kensington Market. Or visit toms-place.com. And by Pete's Pizza, celebrating 40 years serving the St. Catharines and Niagara Falls area. Pete's Pizza. Life is not about finding yourself. It's about finding pizza. If you're hungry, visit petespizzaniagara.ca. Celebrating 5 years. This is Totally Useless Information with Nick and Roy. Listen, laugh, and learn.
The continent of Australia is wider than this.
Can hippos swim? You'd be surprised by the answer. Hi, I'm Nick.
And I'm Roy. And for 5 years, we have been scouring the internet to find out these totally useless information tidbits just for you.
Plus, we'll answer your question in the mailbag section. And in the news, man in a bucket truck almost kicks the bucket.
Totally useless information. It's everything you never needed to know. Animals, 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 crazy animals.
Welcome to another episode. We have two guests coming up a little bit later because we're going to celebrate food with Pizza Month, and also there's a Canadian Beer Day we're going to celebrate as well. But let's talk about animals first.
Wait a minute.
Yes.
Beer and pizza?
That's right. I know what I'm doing. Ants do not have lungs. Like many insects, ants take in oxygen through openings in their abdomens. I love breathing to my stomach as well. That's why it's so big. They're known as spiracles, which allows for enough oxygen to maintain their activity. The spiracles are connected through a network of tubes which help distribute the oxygen to almost every cell of the ant's body. In 2005, a study at Berlin University. Where's Berlin? In what country?
Germany.
Found that
Deutschland.
I know, we have a contract. We have to do that. They found that in that study, many insects this size actually have to close their spiracles periodically because otherwise they get too much oxygen.
Wow.
There you go.
So they can close their spiracle on their stomach.
That's correct.
Yeah, you can eat more while you're breathing through your stomach.
That's right.
Eat more pizza and drink more beer.
Uh-huh.
If you cut off a cockroach's head,
Mm-hmm.
I think we had this on the show, the head can live for about an hour after you cut it off.
That's crazy.
That's gross in itself.
Well, it is, yeah.
But get ready. This is even crazier as I dug deeper into this fact. The body without a head can survive for 1 week.
What?
It goes about its function as though it still has a head for 1 week.
Wow.
Up to a week. Depends how you cut the head off, I guess.
Well, there's that
surgically remove it.
There's that expression, he ran around with a chicken cut off, his head cut off, right? So maybe it has the same sort of thing.
You ran around with a chicken cut off.
Right. A mantis shrimp can punch with the force of a .22 caliber bullet. So, float like a butterfly, sting like a bee, punch like a mantis shrimp. See how I did that? Did I not sound like Muhammad Ali?
Yeah, it wasn't really good, but
okay,
good.
fine.
Okay,
Thank you. All right. These little fellows are known to have around 12 to 16 different color receptors, and they can punch famously fast accelerating on par with a .22 caliber bullet. Now, they strike on their prey, predators, and competitors. In a recent study, research said in mantis shrimp, competitors exchange bullet-like hits on each other's armored tail plates. So they're armed and dangerous, armed and ready to go. During fights over the shelters, they fight over shelter. And then the researchers have also found that two shrimp to each other, they introduced them. Hi, shrimp number 1 and shrimp number 2. They began almost immediately in this corner, but they almost began hitting each other almost immediately. So yeah, they have this fighting nature, but they strike as powerful as a .22 caliber bullet.
It's like marriage, you know.
In this corner, yes.
I know you're going to like this one because you have a lot of similarities to this, Nick.
All right.
A cow can poop
What?
up to 15 times a day.
What?
Yeah.
Are you afraid? Can I hold on? Am I familiar with this because I'm like a cow, or because of the amount that goes in a day?
The amount that goes in a day.
Okay. This is TUI, not TMI. Too much information.
So anyway, a cow can poop 15 times a day. So I started to do the math.
Okay.
As much as 115 pounds a day of poop.
Oh, wow.
That's like a 15-year-old.
My gosh. Wow. Don't have a
Wait, it gets better.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, 21 tons a year.
Wow.
Of poop.
Cow poop,
Mm-hmm.
which apparently is some great fertilizer. I think that's one of the things. My grandfather he had a great green thumb. And his tomato plant, you've seen my grandfather's tomato plants. Like tomatoes were like the size of almost like small pumpkins. And he used, I think, a combination of cow manure and sheep manure in order to fertilize
Which
the
is
soil.
what he told you.
Right. But in the meantime, Grandpa spends a lot of time in the garden, doesn't he?
Why does Grandpa have toilet paper in the garden?
Exactly. So here's my teaser. Hippos can't swim. You see them all the time in water. You think, well, they're able to swim, but they have a pair of built-in goggles, which is clear membrane that covers their eyes for protection to see. They can also close their nostrils, and they can hold their breath for 5 minutes or longer when submerged. So hippos can even
Are you
sleep.
serious? So they can't swim.
They can't swim, but they can sleep underwater using a reflex that allows them to bob up, take a breath, and sink back down. So they can be submerged underwater, but they don't swim.
Right.
They can't
'Cause they're
swim.
so big, they probably just walk across a lake.
And they can't even float, right? This is because their bodies are too dense, very much like a lot of people we know. And they instead, they push off from the bottom of the river. There you go. That's exactly how they do it.
A regular garden snail, a regular snail that you see in your garden.
Yeah.
Guess how many teeth it has, Nick?
A snail has teeth?
10.
10. 5 on top, 5 on the bottom.
14,000 teeth.
Oh, really?
14,000 teeth. That's insane. Where first off, I guess the teeth run the entire length of the body.
Probably. Yeah.
You know, the snails are disgusting. They leave that slimy trail.
Yeah.
But that little snail has 14,000 little teeth.
No wonder it's so slow. It's probably busy flossing and brushing them. That's why it's really slow. It takes a long time to get
Busy
there.
going to the dentist.
That's right. Yeah. Exactly. It takes them like 3 days just to get a full checkup. Now,
Yeah, they go, oh, I'm sorry, we're going to have to pull that tooth. Oh, that's okay. I have 13,999 more.
That's right. Imagine how much money the snail will be able to collect with a tooth fairy putting a tooth under its pillow.
Yeah.
Lots of
false
money.
Teeth.
Now, if you want to get rid of yes, that's right. If you want to get rid of those snails, there's a way to get rid of them by using beer. And we'll talk about beer a little bit later on Totally Useless Information with Nick and Roy. Now, do you have any male lizards around where you are in your part of Florida?
I prefer female lizards myself, Nick.
Okay.
It's just the type of guy I am.
I understand. Now, it turns out the male lizards are gym bros and display their strength by doing push-ups. They also could be a way for the lizards to say, well, get out of my territory. Like they say, hey, look how many push-ups I can do, so get out of town. However, a study has found that some lizards make a routine out of it and start the day doing some push-ups.
You know, Nick, this is crazy because I live in Florida,
Yes.
and so we have lizards all over the place,
Okay.
and a lot of small, like the gecko, like lizards. They do that, but not only do they do that, they put their head up, like their headdress up in the air, and their little thing under their throat, and they start doing this crazy push-up thing. It's really weird. And go on, people should go on YouTube and check it out because it is strange, but I guess that's their way of attracting a mate, right?
Probably. Look how many push-ups I can.
Yeah.
How many push-ups can you do without calling 911?
I used to be able to do like 30, 40 push-ups. Now I probably can't do more than like 4.
Yeah, you know what? I did push-ups once. I didn't realize the mousetrap was there. You're listening to...
Yeah. I did push-ups once and ended up in the basement.
I don't want to
It's
know.
not going, I'm not going up, I'm going down because the
That's right.
floor fell down.
Exactly.
I have one more animal fact.
Oh, okay, go ahead.
The oxalot, which is also known as the Mexican walking fish. Yes, the Mexican walking fish can regrow entire limbs up to 5 times. That's weird to me that it has a limit, but it can have its arm chopped off 5 times and grow back an arm.
Wow.
Okay, it's the only animal that can regenerate brain matter. So if the Mexican walking fish had traumatic head injury, it could actually regenerate brain cells. We cannot do that.
So whatever brain cells
Isn't that crazy?
we use, we can't replace them. We can't regenerate them. You're listening to Totally Useless Information with Nick and Roy. Go to our website, nickandroy.com, and when you go there, you have lots of great things to do. You can check out the previous library, a full library of our episodes for the past 5 years. Speaking of 5 years, if you scroll down halfway through the page or on your mobile and you see a tab that says Start Recording, we'll start recording, and if you record a message to wish Roy and I a happy 5th anniversary of Totally Useless Information with Nick and Roy, and you leave us a message and we play it on the show, then you will win an authentic wooden airplane to commemorate the pilot episode of the Totally Useless Information show. If you have someone in your life that you'd like to send a very special birthday gift, this is for you. What is it? It's the Nick and Roy's birthday salute to your loved one.
You can hear a sample right on the website. Go on there, folks. If you have somebody that you say, well, they have everything, I don't know what to buy them, this is the perfect gift.
So go to nickandroy.com/birthdays, nickandroy.com/birthdays to get yours today.
Nick and Roy will continue with totally useless information. To access the full library of episodes, visit nickandroy.com. That's nickandroy.com.
Nick and Roy for Tom's Place, where the cool guys in Toronto shop. It's time to gear up for the seasons with cool fashions for cooler weather and the very cool Kensington Market.
That sounds cool. Check out the latest fashions. Hey, it's Tom's Place, so even the new arrivals are on sale. New fall colors, new patterns, fresh designs, designer suits, including the new arrivals that retail from up to $600. Nick, they start at $179 at Tom's Place. We're talking about a suit on sale for our listeners, $179 at Tom's Place.
Wow, you can also check out Tom's fabulous collection of first floor designer suits, regularly up to $650 each. And also, because you're a listener of Totally Useless Information with Nick and Roy, $375 each, or 3 for $1,050.
Pick out a couple of sport jackets that you can dress up for the office or dress down for the weekend, or a wool top coat for 50% off on the first floor. There's 50% off top coats, plus designer dress and casual pants, only $99.
Play it cool at Tom's Place, 190 Baldwin Street in the heart of the Kensington Market, or visit the website toms-place.com, tom-place.com. Tom's Place will suit you.
We're back with totally useless information with Nick and Roy. Listen, laugh, and learn.
It's Pizza Month.
Oh, I love Pizza Month. That's my favorite month of the year, Nick.
Yeah, but for you, it's pizza year for you. Never mind pizza month. It's pizza year.
Yeah, I have one. I have one season for pizza. That season lasts 12 months.
Exactly. So with us to talk about Pizza Month is someone who's, well, he's made a few pizzas in his day, and as a matter of fact, for over 40 years, a supporter of the show of Totally Useless Information with Nick and Roy. Let's say hello to Reno of Pete's Pizza. Hi, Reno.
Hi, everybody.
Yay!
Welcome to the show. So I hope you don't mind. We actually spruced up the place because usually when we have a guest, we spruce up the place. And so I hope you don't mind. We just kind of tidied up, and this is it.
Are you wearing a button-up shirt there, Nick? You're all dressed up for Reno? What is this?
And I'm wearing red. It's like red and a little bit of white. I look like
Actually, you're wearing red checkerboard, like the tablecloth.
Well, exactly.
In fact, I think that is the tablecloth you're wearing.
It is. You know what? You're right, because it's laundry day. This is what was left over in the drawer. So Pizza Month is really cool because it started, because, you know, it's always like these great ideas, right? It started in 1984. Let's see, what else happened in 1984? Oh, wait a minute. Pete's Pizza opened up in 1984, didn't it?
Yes, 1984, July 17th, 1984.
That's the year I got married, 1984.
Wow, that was quite
wow.
a year.
Wow, yeah. Tell me about it.
You got married.
I tell you, I would have rather gotten the pizza, but not.
Oh, wow. Yeah, your wife's not home, is she?
My
Yeah.
wife is actually in the other room right now, so
She is.
sharpening a knife, I think.
Yeah.
So Gary Donnell, in October of 1984, he was a publisher of Pizza Today. And then the U.S. Congress officially designated October as National Pizza Month in 1987. Of course, Canadians, because we're polite people, we followed suit. So it is basically a North American tradition. It's a celebration of pizza. Now, I don't know how you celebrate. I know, Roy, I do know how you celebrate Pizza Month, which is Pizza Year. But a lot of people go to their favorite pizzeria, and hopefully you'll go to Pete's Pizza. Now, he's located in St. Catharines and Niagara Falls. Everyone knows where Niagara Falls is. Ontario, not the New York side, the Ontario side, the better side of the falls, right?
Yeah,
Right?
I agree. And I've been to both, and I agree the Canadians have the better side. And
It
they
looks
have
nicer.
Yeah, and they have Pete's Pizza on that side too. So what's better than that?
All the more reason to visit. So, Reno, since you've been in the pizza business for more than 40 years, like, what makes a good pizza in your estimation?
We do it the old school way. We let it rise. So we do a lot of work ahead of time, getting it ready. My guys are in there early in the morning, prepping for the whole day. And we have to let it rise.
I do understand that you roll your own dough, you make your own dough. Why is that? Why did you decide I'm going to make my own dough for my pizzas?
Well, it just keeps it fresh. We're making dough at least 6 days a week. We usually take Sunday off, but yeah, we're making dough every day.
Let me tell you, this is no lie. Nick and I were both in Italy this year. Not at the same time either, but I was in Naples, and this is not because you're one of our sponsors or anything like that. Folks, they talk so much about Neapolitan pizza in Naples and so on and so forth. You go to Reno's, and I'm going to tell you, his pizza is better than half of the stuff I got over there. So.
Wow. Boy, that's a tall order. Now, your name is Reno, but Pete's Pizza, who's Pete? Who is Pete in this scenario?
Well, Pete's my older brother. He was the one that started. He was just amazing, my older brother. He did everything by hand. He built everything. He was one of those guys that can do anything.
Yeah.
Oh,
well, it's a family-run business, and I think that was a success. That's part of the success in St. Catharines and then also in Niagara Falls. So, I mean, our show reaches all over Canada, coast to coast to coast. But at some point, they visit Niagara Falls. And at some point, actually, they'll visit Niagara Falls, Niagara on the Lake, and if you go a little bit further east, is that east? Yeah, it's east. I failed geometry in class, so I don't know the difference between north and south. But go a little bit further, and you wind up in St. Catharines, which has a lot of wineries and a lot of fruit orchards and stuff like that, and you'll find
it's just enough mileage, folks, that you get hungry.
Yeah. Yes.
So you start off in Niagara, you have a slice,
and then by the time you get to St. Catharines, you need another.
That's right. Not a bad idea. Reno, in your pizzerias, what would you say is the most popular toppings on your pizzas?
Our best pizza that we do, and the most common pizza, is the Canadian, which is pepperoni, fresh mushrooms, and bacon.
Ooh, that's good. Bacon on pizza.
We use a real bacon too. We cut it up, but we're doing it 2 or 3 times a week. We do probably about 150 pounds of bacon a week.
Oh, wow. Where did the word pizza come from?
Some guy named Jack in Germany. No?
No. And it's not the leaning
That one
tower.
I don't know.
And it's not the leaning tower of pizza either.
I know pizza when I see it.
The word pizza is a Latin word.
Oh.
And it's derived from the word pinza, P-I-N-S-A, which was eventually changed over as time went to pizza, but it was pinza.
Oh.
Yes.
Oh, wow.
See,
there you go.
you learn something here.
Listen, laugh, and learn, right? Wasn't that one of Christopher Columbus's ships? Oh,
yes,
no, was it?
The Nina, the Pinza, and the Santa Margarita.
Yeah.
We've had too many margaritas.
No, a margarita pizza started from Queen Margarita. I think she was, and she wanted a specific kind of pizza. I think that was like, I don't have the fact over the top of my head. This wasn't one of my facts. I know we did it on the show because we cover so many topics, but it's because of Ms. Margarita, or Queen Margarita, who came up with the idea, the concept. She just wanted just plain pizza, tomato sauce, cheese, and basil. And if you look at the colors, red, white, and green, which just so happens to be the colors of the Italian flag, red, white, and green.
The great
Nice.
Italy.
It's great. Now, speaking of Italy, so the Canadian pizza is the most popular one that you, the most popular toppings in your pizzas. So in Italy, they also have other different kinds of toppings. So you can go into a pizzeria to order a fig and blue cheese pizza.
Oh, wow. That sounds amazing.
There you go, Reno. Now we got you thinking.
Well, it's thinking and salivating at the same time. So it originated in ancient Rome when figs served with unleavened bread was a common snack. They didn't have the Pete's Pizza technique of rising the yeast, but it's okay. But it's unclear when the blue cheese entered the picture. Maybe somebody had some cheese, around, and they just threw it on there. So the salty cheese balances the sweetness of the figs. And
wow.
That's why it's really popular.
Sweet and savory. Nice.
We used to have a big tree in our backyard. Every winter, we would have to bury it.
Yeah, or cover it up with tar paper.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, God.
That was an ordeal.
Which made a great Halloween costume, right? Because it looked really scary.
I got another one. This one's a good one.
Okay.
Get ready for this, Reno. Oh, by the way, the Latin word pinza meant flat plate. That's why they chose the word for pizza, because it was a flat bread. Okay. Oh. Yeah, I forgot to tell you that, so I didn't want to leave that out. But this one's better. There's a Romanian guy. His name is Christian Dumitru. Mm-hmm. He set the world record. This is the Guinness World Book of Records for the most pizza consumed in 1 week. He consumed close to 30 pounds a day for 7 days, a total of 200 pounds of pizza. Now, he would be on your best customer list.
Yes. I'd say
200 pounds of pizza.
Yeah, and also,
that's crazy.
Also,
I'd hate to be his plumber.
Well, I was going to say, it would be a perfect candidate for a triple bypass. Wow. So if he ate 200 pounds of pizza, how much did he weigh?
I have no clue. They didn't have that in here, but after that first week, he weighed about 200 more pounds.
That's
I'll tell you that. Give or take whatever he didn't bring with him, so to speak.
Canadians, in the course of a year, we consume 16 pounds of pizza. Okay. Now I know this because we've done something really cool with Reno and Pete's Pizza. So Roy and I have provided totally useless information about pizza on his pizza boxes. So if you visit his pizza place in a couple of his locations, you'll find totally useless pizza facts on his pizza boxes. Isn't that
right?
cool?
And what I want everyone, all the listeners, to do is eat the pizza first, then read the facts, because our picture is on there, and we wouldn't want to upset your stomach.
That's right. Wow. Yeah. So we're celebrating Pizza Month here on Total Uses Information with Nick and Roy. We're absolutely thrilled, and we want to thank Reno, our very special guest. And again, thank you for your support. But the thing is, we really love what you do also with the community. Reno is not only does some great work with pizzas, and he provides delicious pizza in the St. Catharines and Niagara area, but he does a lot of great charity work, but I mean community work, where he actually goes and he delivers pizzas. As a matter of fact, as soon as he's done with this recording, he's going to go out and deliver some pizzas. He has a school program. He does pasta nights, all kinds of stuff. So for 40 plus years, he's given back to the community, which really says something about...
and that's one of the things when we have a sponsor on our show, we ask those questions because we want businesses that give back to the communities. Yeah. And Pete's Pizza understands that it is a community that makes their business, and they certainly do give back. And I want to say thank you to you, because I know everybody can't, but we want to say thank you to you for doing that.
Oh, yes, they can. Hang on. Excuse me. Yes, they can. They go to pizzaniagara.ca. That's what they do. Go to pizzaniagara.ca or visit any one of their stores in St. Catharines and Niagara and tell them that Nick and Roy sent you there, or either they'll throw you out or they'll serve you pizza. One of the two.
Yeah, the thank you is nice, but ordering 3 large pizzas is also a good way to do it.
Right.
Oh, yes. Yep.
Reno, thank you very much for joining us on Total Useless Information with Nick and Roy.
Oh, thank you. Thank you for having me. I'm always excited talking with you guys.
Oh, thanks, man.
And happy Pizza Month.
Oh, thank you. Great. It's going to be a good month.
If you have someone in your life that you'd like to send a very special birthday gift, this is for you. What is it? It's the Nick and Roy's birthday salute to your loved one.
You can hear a sample right on the website. Go on there, folks. If you have somebody that you say, well, they have everything, I don't know what to buy them, this is the perfect gift.
Go to nickandroy.com/birthdays, nickandroy.com/birthdays to get yours today. Hey, October is Pizza Month. And what better way to celebrate Pizza Month at Pete's Pizza? Because they know the only way to make the perfect pizza is by using the freshest ingredients. Every day they roll out their own dough to create their signature pizzas, topped with only the freshest ingredients.
News alert. Every day is pizza day. Since 1984, the 6 Niagara locations have been known as the small pizzeria with the big taste. And it's easy on your budget. With locations across St. Catharines and Niagara Falls, you're just minutes away from the best pizza and wings in town.
They're always open late, so find a Pete's Pizza near you.
Pete's Pizza Niagara.ca. That's Pete's Pizza Niagara.ca.
You go on their website, of course, and when you go to their shop and pick up your pizza, check out the specially marked pizza boxes, because Roy and I gladly have supplied some useless pizza facts. So check it out. Pete's Pizza, for 40 years, they've been family owned and operated. They began at one location at Pleasant Avenue in St. Catharines, and 40 years later, the original shop on 6 Pleasant Avenue in St. Catharines is still open, as well as the other locations, like we said, in St. Catharines and Niagara Falls. If you're hungry, visit Pete'sPizzaNiagara.ca. That's Pete'sPizzaNiagara.ca.
You know, Nick, there are people going to Pete's Pizza, ordering a pizza just to get a picture of us on the box.
Right.
Life is not about finding yourself. No, it's about finding great pizza.
Pete's Pizza.
We're back with totally useless information with Nick and Roy. Listen, laugh, and learn.
Wasn't that delicious? Are you hungry now, Roy, that we talked about pizza for Pizza Month?
I'm ready for something to drink, Nick. What do you think I could possibly drink? Hint, hint.
Let's see. Pizza and beer, for example, I think is a right combination. And speaking of beer,
It's like Roy and Heidi Klum.
No,
it just goes together.
Yeah, without the restraining orders. But so we're going to bring on a very special guest. His name is Troy Birch. He's a senior manager at sales and business development for Great Lakes Brewery. Troy, welcome to Totally Useless Information with Nick and Roy.
Hello, Nick and Roy. Happy to be here.
Troy, with Great Lakes Brewery, it's a craft beer. We'll explain what that is in a minute. So if you're Troy Birch, does that make you the branch manager? Hello, thank you. Okay, and this conversation is not over. Thanks for joining us, Troy. It was a great having you as a guest. So, Troy, tell us the difference between craft beer and any other beer that you would buy in the store shelves and beer store, etc.
Oh, that's a loaded question. As there's no real definition of craft beer out there. You could ask all the 340 other brick and mortar breweries operating in this province what their definition of craft beer is, and you'd get 349 different answers. Essentially, we are Great Lakes Brewery is a family-owned and operated, fiercely independent brewery producing beers that we, it's not a marketing thing, but we produce beers that we want to drink. We use all natural ingredients. We don't throw in, a ton of fillers or preservatives or use any chemical that, sustains the life of the liquid itself. So we are the fresh brewery. We want people to consume our beer within 3 months. And normally we, that month after we package the product is when we're saying that beer is optimal. So craft beer is locally owned, independently owned, fiercely independent.
See, that's what I like.
All that stuff.
That's what I really like about Great Lakes Brewery. I like my beer fresh. I like it so fresh, I don't even use a glass anymore. I put my mouth under the tap and just turn it on.
And they've told you to...
want it to spoil in the glass.
Yeah, they've told you to stop doing
You need to come work for a brewery then, Roy, because that's what we do all the time.
I should be your tester, your taste tester.
Yeah,
but I can do it all day long for 8 hours.
Okay, but so you serve you sell beer in cans, or you also sell do you also sell them in bottles?
We used to, but the market shifted about I'm going to say it started around 10 years ago, and we are only a can brewery. We only put beer in cans here today, and we do somewhere around 125 to 150 different brands a year. We have 9 year-round brands that are available across the province 365 days a year, but then a lot of seasonals, a lot of one-offs, and they're all packaged in cans.
So I think it's safe to say that Troy Birch likes it in the can.
Wow. Boy, oh boy.
As they said in Slapshot, famously, it's all I can get. So
there you go. So not only are we celebrating Pizza Month with Pete's Pizza here in October, we're also going to celebrate on October 9th, which is coming right around the corner from when we're airing this broadcast. But it's Beer Canada Day, right? Is that how they pronounce it?
Yep, it's Canada Beer Day, but it's brought to you by Beer Canada
on October 9th.
The national.
So
yes.
I know, Roy, it's only one day dedicated to drinking beer, but I think, Roy, you pretty much practice 364 days out of the year just to be sure you're ready for the October 9th.
That's my beer day is not just October 9th like in Canada. My beer day, it's one season. It starts January 1st and ends December 31st.
That's right. Yeah. Now, Roy lives down in Florida, Southwest Florida, so it gets kind of hot down there. So he needs a nice cold beer to cool things down.
I am, the truth be told, I am not a big beer drinker.
Okay.
But I honestly do. It's very much like wine, and people who are listening to this that will understand it. Will understand what I'm saying. It's like fine wine. You go to one of these craft breweries, you taste everything in that beer. You taste the grain, you taste the hops, you taste the different water, you taste the fact that it doesn't taste heavy because there is no preservatives and things in it. So craft beers are like fine wine to me anyway. I don't drink a lot of beer, but I will drink really good craft beers and dark beers and things like that. So
I'll tell you, you can also taste the stories that are told by local craft breweries, the support in the community. You get to know the people behind the beer. You get to know the people serving the beer. And when you get to know, your local neighborhood brewery, and the people that work there, that beer just tastes a lot better knowing that you're supporting, the local economy, but also just your neighborhood establishment.
So, Roy, what you're telling me is you don't drink a lot of beer, but you may or may not suffer from cynosilicophobia. You know what that is?
Fear of an empty glass, yep.
There you go. Troy knows. It's the fear of an empty glass. Cynosilicophobia is the fear of an empty glass. So the only way to remedy that is, well, fill her up, right?
I got that. I felt that way when I went to the urologist.
Yes, that's right. Just fill the cup for a sample. Yeah. Isn't that something, though, that when you go to the doctor, they ask you for a sample, you're like, so you want me on demand, you want to anyway, we're going down a whole different...
No, my urologist said there's nothing in here except beer.
All right. Oh, I see, yeah.
Well, every time I go to give blood, they have to pull a pint of Canuck Pale Ale out of my arm before they get to the blood, so...
Exactly. They don't take vials of blood from Troy. They take kegs of blood from him. Yeah.
I have a question.
Yeah.
How long does it take to brew, let's say, I know there must be different times for different beers, but in general, the average time to brew beer?
Well, from start to finish, it varies based on the style. So if we're doing a lager, which is bottom fermented beer, your Pilsners, they can take anywhere up to 6 weeks to 3 months from start to finish. They need a longer maturation period, cold cellared, whereas an ale, like an India Pale Ale or a Pale Ale, they could take 7 to 14 days, depending on, the style, the ingredients, and how they're produced. But a typical brew day can take, on a big system that operates efficiently, can take anywhere from 3 to 4 hours. But the whole timeline from start to finish, from the first mill in to putting a beer into the package, for an ale, 7 to 14 days, and lagers anywhere up to 6 to 3 months.
Wow. See, there you go.
So, Troy, I wanted to ask is how many people do you have working in your Great Lakes Brewery, roughly?
So we have 2 locations now. We have the original headquarters here at 30 Queen Elizabeth Boulevard in Toronto, or Etobicoke, glorious Etobicoke.
Okay.
And we have about 55 people here. That includes everyone from the brewers, packagers, sales and marketing, to office admin, accounting, and tap room. And then over at our brew pub, we have about 35-40, and that's at 11 Lower Jarvis Street, downtown Toronto. And that's been going for 2.5 years. And you were talking about pizza earlier. We are well known for our Detroit style deep dish pizza.
That's right.
And we also make New York style now too. So we have the best of both worlds in the pizza. So approximately we have anywhere from 80 to 90 staff at any given time.
So Troy, that would mean that I have a dual position at this point of beer taster and pizza taster.
That's right.
Well, if we bring you on, then I'm out of a job. So,
well, yeah, you're exactly
right. It was nice knowing you, though.
Yeah, that's
Troy.
right.
It was very nice meeting you.
So I bring it up for a reason, because I'm sure you pay them. Like it'd be there, you pay them with Canadian currency. Is that right? Pretty much.
That is right.
Okay,
yeah.
but
in
ancient Egypt, it was a little different. The workers there often received rations of beer 3 times a day as payment.
Beer was used as currency a lot throughout history, and during the wars, during World War I and II, all the troops were rationed beer on the front lines. It was safer to drink than some of the water, but that's how big breweries like Alexander Keith's and John Labatt and John Molson, how they grew and made money. It was supplying beer to the Canadian military.
I'm sorry, but no wonder they couldn't shoot straight.
Wait a minute. He's not wrong. But you see, that's why.
Hey, Nick.
Yeah. Go ahead,
Nick. Yeah. I have to tell Troy this one.
Okay.
So doing research, Nick and I both did some beer research, which did not require going to the supermarket. But alcohol, right, can be productive. So Amsterdam decided that if they have an alcoholic and they want to get work out of him, they put him into the state project.
No.
And at the end of the week, he's paid with 5 cans of beer,
a pack of cigarettes and 11 euros. Think about this.
Well, that's not something we would do here at Great Lakes, but
no,
if it works,
if you want to meet alcoholics, you come on this show and just talk to Nick and I.
No. Listen, you know how I drink. I drink now and again. I'll have one now and then again and again and again. That's what I tell my doctor anyway. So the Vikings, in doing some of our research as well as we celebrate Canada Beer Day, it's happening on October 9th, and you're listening to Totally Useless Information with Nick and Roy. Troy Birch is our guest. He's with Great Lakes Brewery here in Ontario. And Vikings believe that when they died, a giant goat would be waiting for them. Okay? And you're thinking, well, why a goat? Well, the goat was really talented because its udders were, well, they were supplying an unending supply of beer. That's what they believed.
I've been searching for that goat for all my life, and I have yet to find it. I was going to say,
I don't think it was them dying, Nick. I think it was them just going home to the wife.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that's right. I'm surprised you didn't.
Troy.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, go ahead. I'm sorry.
No,
Nick,
you
I'm
go ahead, please.
over.
Go ahead. Go ahead. It's yours.
Troy, the name Pilsner, you know where it comes from, right?
The town of Pilsen in the Czech Republic.
Yes, it does come from the town of Pilsen in the Czech Republic. But do you know who first started the first brew of Pilsner beer?
Well, it's famously the Pilsner Urquell Brewery, 1842.
I hate this guy.
Now, you see, now, hold on. Now, I didn't say anything.
Give him another beer.
Because, no, actually, he gets better with beer. Listen.
Do you know the guy's name, though? Do you know the guy's name?
Joseph something.
Joseph, just give him a middle name.
No, he's wrong. See, it wasn't Joseph something.
Right. It was Joseph Federico Pilsner. Was that it? That's my guess. Federico.
No, his name was Joseph Groll.
Yep.
Groll.
Yeah.
So, but all kidding aside, though, Troy, you're more like a beer historian because, I mean, the way we do the show here is, we choose topics, and then Roy and I will do our research. We don't really share the information on the show. We just present it to ourselves. And when I invited you to come on the show to celebrate Canada Beer Day on October 9th, I figured, okay, we'll just talk to you about beer and what you do at Great Lakes Brewery. But you're a beer historian as well. You know your stuff about beer.
I like to think so too. Thank you for the compliment. I've invested a lot of my life in learning about Canada beer and just beer in general. But I always find that you can reference the past when looking ahead to the future in beer and recreating some of the styles or recreating labels that have been lost to history. And Canada's got a very, very strong and vibrant beer industry. And it has since the days of Alexander Keith and beyond, the John Molsons and the John Labatts, the John Carlings. They're all named John for some reason. But we have
because after drinking that much beer, you spend a lot of time in the John.
Exactly.
But we have a very, very interesting past when it comes to beer, and we're still babies when you look at Europe and the culture, the drinking culture over there. So. Ontario is blessed with a lot of breweries and some very interesting stories from all the breweries that have come and gone over the years.
Well, Troy,
have a beer.
Let's have a beer. Exactly. Let's toast. And we can't thank you enough for joining us. And tell us now, you're also part of the podcast family. So tell us about your podcast and what it's all about.
Yeah, we turned 37. Great Lakes turned 37 this February. And to celebrate, we decided to launch a podcast. And in doing our research, we didn't come across any other brewery in Canada that had their own podcast. So we said, why not?
There you go.
It's called Between Two Fermenters. We did a spoof video series years ago before COVID, and we decided we liked that name so much we'd keep it for the audio podcast. But it's a bi-weekly show. We interview people from not only Great Lakes but around the industry, and it's as we like to say, it's some good old breezy beer banter with from an insider's perspective. So we have guests from all over Ontario. A new episode, like I said, drops every 2 weeks, and it's just a lot of fun. It's also a great way, just to bring back the history. It's a great way to capture an oral history of what's happening in beer at this moment. So having a lot of fun with it, and it's we look forward to doing it for many more years to come.
Well, here's
That's
again.
funny. Nick and I have a podcast about beer. It's called Two Slurring Men.
That would be pretty good. That would be a good you're onto something there.
Yeah.
Wait, so Nick, I wanted to say that it's good that Troy Birch's name is not missed two. If you took two letters in your first name, replace the O with the R, you would be Tory Birch, the famous bag designer and shoe designer.
I get that a lot, actually. I get that a lot, and I used to get people hashtagging on a beer pitcher, and it would say Tory Birch. And so
Tory Birch.
I'm sure they got some as well too.
Wow. Amazing. Troy, thanks once again for joining us as we celebrate Canadian Beer Day on October 9th. Thanks for joining us on Totally Useless Information with Nick and Roy.
Thanks for having me, guys. It's been a pleasure. Cheers.
All right, let's drink.
Throw away your totally useless GPS. It's time for geography. So get lost with Nick and Roy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, people tell us all the time, get lost.
I wanted to say something to you, Nick.
Yeah.
I recently moved and I'm moving back again.
Okay.
but
yeah,
my GPS in the Tampa area of Florida is wrong a lot of times. It sends us on these wild goose chases.
Really? Wow.
Yes. I think somebody that works for the company is messing around with us.
No, they heard our show because we say, put away that useless GPS, so get lost. So yeah, that would be, what would be a great slogan for when they used to publish maps, like in book forms. I think the great slogan would have been Nick and Roy's Maps. You'd be lost without us.
That's a great slogan. Go ahead, go on.
Okay. I'm sure along your journeys you've stopped by a Motel 6.
Oh, yes. In fact, I used to use them frequently when I was dating.
Right. Okay. Well, now I think Tom Bodett was the voice guy that was doing it. He was doing these commercials.
Yes,
well, even
Tom Bodell.
Is it Bodell? And I'll even
I think so.
Leave the night on for you or something like that. Anyway, so Motel 6 was founded in 1962 in Santa Barbara, California by two local building contractors, William Becker and Paul Green. Now, the partners developed a plan to build motels with rooms at low-cost rates. They decided to charge $6 a room per night, which would cover the building costs, land leases, and janitorial supplies. Hence, the company was the name Motel 6. The guys had specialized in building low-cost housing developments, and they wanted to provide an alternative to other major hotel chains whose locations were becoming increasingly upscale in quality and price in the 1960s. So they started out with a budget-oriented concept of Motel 6.
I thought it was minutes, and they had timed me for the use of the room.
Right, yeah, exactly. In fact, you put a quarter in one of those beds, and you got change back.
That's the only reason we stayed for 15 minutes.
Exactly. The view was amazing.
Nick and Roy will continue with totally useless information. You're listening to Totally Useless Information with Nick and Roy. Listen, laugh, and learn.
This was my teaser. The continent of Australia is wider than this. What do you think it is, Nick?
The continent of Asia.
Australia.
Yeah.
The continent of Australia is wider than... I'm not going to keep this going, Nick.
Okay.
Dun, 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 dun.
I might as well have a pizza and a beer in the meantime while I'll wait for you to give the answer. Okay, what is it wider than?
The moon.
What?
The continent of Australia is actually wider than the moon.
No, really?
Yes. Yes, it is wider than the moon. The moon is not as big as we think it is. So, but Australia is actually a large continent.
No, it is.
That's
wow.
amazing, right?
Wow, you know what? I learned something. That's why we say listen, laugh, and learn. We invite you to go to our website, nickandroy.com, where you can also leave us an email.
What's in the mailbag? What's in the mail?
I have Richard V from the mailbag. Richard V from Orlando, Florida. That's pretty much our neck of the woods down here.
Yep.
He says, you guys have the best show ever, which is a big compliment coming from Orlando, which has Disney World, which is a pretty damn good show.
Yes, it is.
But he says, I can't believe how much I've learned by listening to your show. I just wanted to say thank you for all the laughs and all of the information.
Oh.
So that's Richard V from Orlando, Florida. Thank you, Richard.
Thank you very much. I really appreciate that. Oh, thank you. Well, we do say listen, laugh, and learn. And we do encourage you to go to nickandroy.com to send us the email. On the show today, we celebrated Pizza Month with Reno from Pete's Pizza. We celebrated Canadian Beer Day with Troy Birch from Great Lakes Brewery. We talked about animals. We talked about geography. It's time for the news.
And now, from around the corner and around the world, this is TUI News.
A major highway was reopened more than 12 hours in Caldwell County, North Carolina. It was reopened after 12 hours after someone stole and crashed a Spectrum bucket truck. Now, Spectrum is one of the cable providers down there.
I actually have Spectrum.
Okay.
Yes.
So this person crashed and stole a Spectrum bucket truck.
Mm-hmm.
Police say that it happened and while a utility worker was up in the bucket preparing a line along Highway 18 in North Carolina. Investigators say the suspect drove south along Highway 18 before crashing. When the truck was stolen, its boom was extended as the thief drove more than half a mile down the road with the worker still inside the bucket, striking utility lines.
Oh, wait a minute. So he stole the truck with the worker in the bucket.
That's correct.
The arm extended.
That's right.
And he's driving down the street.
For more than half a mile.
The guy is holding on for dear life in the bucket.
That's correct. That's why I said he almost kicked the bucket. See what I did there? I'm sorry.
Yeah, I saw that, but I'm still wondering, high-speed chase with the guy in the bucket.
Half a mile down the road, that's all. Only half a mile. Police said that when the Spectrum...
Yeah, but half a mile, Nick, in the bucket. The guy...
But hold on.
The guy is suspended above.
Well, here's what happened. So he was attached to a safety harness, the worker was, and at some point he came out of the bucket and, yes, was suspended in the air by a safety strap attached to the bucket.
Yeah, I wear those when I'm having sex.
Right, yeah, exactly. What, in a bucket? The worker was able. The worker was able. Really tighten there.
I bring the bucket with me.
Oh, I see. I got you. In case you kicked the bucket halfway through, the worker was able to cut the safety line and fell to the ground, injuring his leg.
Oh.
When police finally arrived at the scene, the suspect, later identified as Frank Moody, you think, was taken into custody.
He was a bit moody that day.
He sure was. He's been charged with felony assault with a deadly weapon, larceny of a motor vehicle, a felony injuring wires and fixtures of utility companies. So not only did he injure the worker, he also caused damage to the utility wires. So the company...
Of course he did. The man was driving with an extended bucket truck with a person in it, and this guy, I give him credit, while he's dangling from his safety harness, he was able to get his trusty Swiss Army knife out of his pocket.
Right.
And cut him. This guy's MacGyver.
Right, North Carolina's MacGyver. Well,
this guy falls to the ground.
Yeah.
The police then stop Mr. Moody.
That's right. And the thing is, Moody...
And they says, Mr. Moody says what? My cable wasn't working? My internet was out?
Well, I don't know, because Mr. Moody had been busy because he's just been released from jail just 2 hours before he stole the truck.
So close to International Beer Day.
That's right. He had been in jail since the week before after being arrested on a misdemeanor larceny case. So this guy, he's consistent.
No, this is Mr. Moody, not misdemeanor.
No. That's right. This was Mr. Moody.
Now, wait a second. So this guy gets out of jail.
Right.
And he says, I'm so tired of walking. I'm going to steal the bucket truck.
Yeah.
Nobody will know.
Now, they talked to a person, no, they will never know, but they talked to a guy named David Hipsher. He worked in a bucket truck over the years trimming trees. He's thankful that the worker wasn't seriously hurt, And this other guy, this witness, this David says, I've been in a bucket up 80 feet, and so far up in the air, just the wind can shift and make you move, rock you back and forth 3 feet. So it had to be terrifying for him.
You know what would have been even funnier?
What's that?
If the radio was on in the truck and it was Michael Jackson's "I Wanna Rock with You."
Or I feel.
Now wait a second.
Yeah.
So the guy that falls out of the truck, he breaks his leg, which is minimal, I think, considering the situation.
Well, yeah, if he didn't have that safety harness, I mean, he could have been killed. I mean, we laugh about it, which is no laughing matter. Yeah. But thankfully, he had that safety harness.
I've actually seen that happen, by the way.
Have you?
In Yonkers, New York, I saw a man who did not have a safety harness, and it was actually a car hit the truck, and he went flying out of it, and he died.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so that's a dangerous situation.
Well, thanks for really putting a damper on such a hilarious story. But anyway.
Well, Nick, I'll be honest with you. That is a dangerous job to begin with. Nevertheless, Mr. Moody coming out of jail.
Well, but here's the thing. Mr. Moody wasn't all that strong because, according to witnesses, he tried to walk off after the crash. But the witnesses and the bystanders and the Good Samaritans, as it were, held him in place until the police arrived.
Yeah, they probably just lowered the boom on him, so to speak.
Yes, they did. And then threw him right back into the bucket.
I would have kicked his beer can, so to speak.
Yeah.
Because, are you kidding me? That is so dangerous, number one. Number two, if you're going to steal something, Mr. Moody, steal maybe, I don't know, a Honda Civic.
Oh, sure.
It's a little more inconspicuous than a bucket truck with an extended bucket with a man screaming, "God, help me."
Wow.
A little bit,
Yeah, just a little. Hey, that's all the time we have for this episode of Totally Useless Information with Nick and Roy. We will scour the internet and other sources to find out totally useless information just for you.
Until then, don't be moody. Go to nickandroy.com and definitely check out our sponsors.
I'm Nick.
And I'm Roy.
Thanks for listening.
Totally Useless Information with Nick and Roy has been brought to you in part by Tom's Place, the finest in men's fashion. Located in Toronto at 190 Baldwin Street in the heart of Kensington Market. Or visit toms-place.com. And by Pete's Pizza, celebrating 40 years serving the St. Catharines and Niagara Falls area. Pete's Pizza. Life is not about finding yourself, it's about finding pizza. If you're hungry, visit petespizzaniagara.ca.